Welcome back to another episode of Let's Learn LaTeX. Today I'm just going to show off a couple quick tips and tricks to make your teching experience a little bit better. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to come over here to the structure button in the lower left hand corner of the screen and come up to this little guy. It says user if you hover over it. And what we do is if we click on this, you shouldn't see any of these here. But what you want to do is you want to right click and add tag. Now I already have a tag for a new document, which is what I want to create. So I'm going to go ahead and open mine up. So let's modify this. And what you should see is you should see a box that looks like this. So what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to start new documents much quicker than we did last time, where we'd keep having to repeat that same process over and over again. Here, we're just going to be able to type in a couple letters and get all of this set up right for us. So what we have is we have our document class. I set the margins to 1 inch. I have a couple packages that I frequently use. I have the title, the little @ symbol in it. We're going to see what that does here in a second. The author is myself, and then I begin document, I make the title, and I end the document. That's what I always do. And this keyboard trigger is what we're going to use to start our new document. You can call it new, you can call it doc, you can call it whatever you would like. So how we're going to start this now is we come over to our LaTeX document. We're going to start a new document, Control N. And what we can do is we can hit colon, and I'm going to type in new because that's what my keyboard shortcut was, and hit the right arrow key. And what we see is we see that I have everything that was typed in that little window up on the screen. So what we can do now is that little @ symbol, well, that put us right in the title. So here we're ready to start typing. So let's call this our second LaTeX document. And if we go ahead and build our document, we'll run into the same error that we ran into last time because we haven't saved our document yet. So let's go ahead and save. And now we should be able to build our document. And here we have our first document. So let's say something that we want to do is we want to make doing a little bit of homework just a little bit easier. And let's imagine we're in a calculus class and we have a couple homework problems where we're just finding derivatives. So maybe the second problem that we have is find the derivative of y equals x squared. And what we'd want to do is we actually want to write this out somewhat nice looking. So we could type out, skip down another line, solution. And what we want to write is we want to write dy dx as a fraction is equal to 2x. So we can even go ahead and center that. So remember that's begin, then center, and that auto completes for you. And what we can write is if we want a fraction that says dy dx is equal to 2x, we have to go \frac dy dx, hit over, make that equal to 2x. And here we have our short little problem number 2, the solution, dy dx equals 2x. Something that I don't like about the formatting here is that there's this indent here. I don't really like the way that looks. So right in front of the 2, what I can do is I can come over here and I can just hit \, no indent. And now if I recompile this, there's no indentation next to the 2. So something that we might notice is that if we have a lot of these problems, we're going to be typing dy dx over and over and over again. So something that we can do to make that just a little bit easier on us is up here in the header, we can type in \, new command. And what goes in the first box is what we want to type instead of what we want to keep typing over again. So maybe we want to type \ddx. And what we want that to bring up is this \fraction. So \frac dy dx. And maybe we want the equal sign in there too, just because we know we're always going to be taking the derivative, then setting it equal to something. So maybe what we'll have is we'll have another problem. Let's go no indent. And let's call this problem 5. And maybe it's find the derivative of y equals sine of x. Now notice I put the little \ in front of sine. What that does is when I compile it, sine isn't in italics. So we see if I compile this without that \ in there, sine is italicized. So I'm just going to leave that in there. I think it looks better. And let's do the same thing. So now let's begin center. And instead of typing this frac dy dx equals 2x, I can just go ahead, I can put in my $, \ddx, that's telling it wants to type in exactly this piece right here, this frac dy dx equals, and that's just going to be cosine x. And now when I compile this, we see that I have dy dx equals cosine of x. And all I had to type was as ddx instead of frac ddx. That's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you like it, hit the like button. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I will see you guys in the next one.